contact that they can go to get their care and support. You know, in fact, they're left going from pillar to post and getting ground down, trying to navigate their way through what is an incredibly complicated system. So that's why I'm saying bring physical, mental, social together in a single system. And it's actually a step on from a national care service, although it builds exactly on that principle. I would like, if I could, to extend the NHS principle in the 21st century to all care, so that we provide all care on NHS terms in a single integrated service. So, if you like, a national care service, but an extension of. I think that is the answer to 21st century care, an NHS for the whole person. Because where Bevan created an NHS that had to deal with infectious diseases and accidents and the problems that we had post-war, the issue in this century is people living with multiple conditions. You know, people in their 80s, their 90s, or people with disabilities living longer than they would have done, people living with a range of conditions that they have to manage so that they can live their life. And that's the 21st century challenge, and that won't be done by a system where the NHS says, we deal with this little bit of the person, and we deal with that bit, and we deal with the other. It won't work. So that's our vision, that's my vision. I want Labour, the party that founded the NHS, to have the ability to put forward an equally ambitious vision of it for the 21st century, a vision based on the whole person, all care. And I think that's the way to go, because I'm absolutely certain that we're not going to get the care we want for your mum and dad, for my mum and dad, or anybody's mum and dad, from this 15-minute culture in social care, you know, where people have got not enough time to make a cup of tea, let alone have a proper conversation. That's not going to work, is it? You know, social care in England now is a malnourished, minimum wage, 0 hours business. That's what it is. And it is not providing care that's good enough for anybody's parents. And that's what we've got to change. And it's really Labour's mission to change that. Southwark have done brilliant work. Lucy's right to say that. They've signed the Ethical Care Charter, where they're trying to kind of move away from use of 15-minute visits and 0 hours contracts. And how can a kid on a 0 hours contract who doesn't have security of knowing what they're going to earn from 1 week to the next, how are they ever going to pass on a sense of security to the vulnerable person that they're caring for? It's not going to work, is it? So I'm saying that we need the NHS to lift up social care, to bring it into the NHS family, to make sure that there's the ability for people coming into social care to aspire to work in other clinical grades. That's what you get if you start to think of a single integrated system, if you think more ambitiously about the NHS. And that's the kind of policy that I would want you all to take into the...
Can you just say something briefly about financial resources that you'll struggle to get to make available for this kind of thing to happen?
Well, we've got an adult social care budget at the moment of around 15 to 20 billion pounds. We've got an NHS budget of about 100 billion pounds. So I'm saying you combine the two, and once you've combined the two, and the home and social care is in the NHS's view, you will get, in my view, a massive shift of resource out of hospital and into the home. Because currently the NHS is paid by the number of times people go through the hospital door. I am certain you can get much better value for that money if you have a different way of using that money. But it wouldn't pay for all care. Let's be quite clear about that. It would not pay for all care. So I am saying to the party, shouldn't we think about asking people to pay differently for social care on the all-in principle? However that's done, through whatever mechanism that is done, shouldn't we ask everybody, not pay random care charges as and when they're vulnerable, but pay through a contribution, a contribution that everybody makes from an all-in system, so that they have that insurance policy, the peace of mind that if they need care, they're going to be covered. Sorry, the gentleman wants to ask.